Also, if we could, just got this report in. Dean DeLulo is going to be all right. He's backstage being attended by a medic. He's getting an IV. The bad news is he pulled a hamstring. The good news is it wasn't his. So, boy, as I was looking at that picture, I couldn't help but realize a lot of things have changed in 40-some years. 40 years ago, if you were in a hotel doing a selfie, that was an entirely different thing that you didn't talk about. That's awesome. All right, you went with me on that. That's cool. Well, have you had a good time this week, folks? It's not over yet, but have you had a good time? What a great group. I know you've had fun on premises. Now, last night we got a little report that a couple of guys decided to go off. How you doing, sir? You taking that? Take that to Dean. He needs sustenance. I understood some guys left the property and went out and had a little bit of fun. And he wanted to. Where is Matt Baio? Matt Baio. Put that up on the screen. Let's show Matt last night. Sit down, Matt. I didn't say anything about standing up. Just sit down. You've already got a TV. Relax, dude. There's Matt and a couple of his buddies. Now, who were the guys you were running with last night that went karaokeing? You have no idea. We call that a blackout. They decided to leave and go karaokeing, and so they said they ended up in the wrong part of town. Did you even know the Palm Desert had a bad part of town? It's a rough side of the cul-de-sac. So they ended up going in this place where they got frisk on the way in. Patted down. Matt actually enjoyed that, from what I understood. You left a tip. Well, there you go. And there's a joke there. Now that you're posing with, wait, put that back up. That is not a real woman. So that's pretty much a typical night for you, isn't that, Matt? That was one you didn't even have to blow up. Good for you. These are just jokes, folks. Relax. She was not real. However, the restraining order against you is real, and it's been filed. That was awesome. Well, you know what's been fun? I think this is like the 13th, 14th, 15th year I've been involved in some way with Marriott, and no prizes. I'll be snagging one of those bad boys. But, well, the cool thing about that is I've got to know some of you guys over the years, and some of the people I first met when I came on board. A couple of them I've even been friends on Facebook with. And so I thought I promise you, I'm going to show you a couple of things fresh from his Facebook page. Swear to God, these are all on his Facebook page. If you don't believe me, check it out. Maybe you recognize this gentleman. Holler it out if you know who this is. This is Jerry McHugh. That's evidently some kind of dating site he was posing for. That is the happiest I've ever seen Jerry. No pants on, that's why. Now there's Jerry McHugh right there. Now that's the Jerry you all know and love. By the way, Jerry won an award tonight, and so we'll talk about that in a second. But that's Jerry. That's kind of how you all know him. But we got some other pictures. He posts a lot during the day when he should be working. So I went to one a couple of weeks ago. This is Jerry at, he said, just got to work, 11:43 a.m. And there he is right there. That's the business Jerry. You know, that's Southern California looking good, right? That's Jerry, 11:43. Just got there in time for lunch. Next picture is shortly thereafter. He's walking the property to make sure everything's okay. That is a cry for help right there. Where are you, Jerry? By the way, where are you in the room? People are pointing him out there. So there's Jerry right there, doing his best Tom Cruise impression. That's Jerry walking the property. Now he's going to his real office, which is not at the property, but this is where Jerry spends most of his days, on the beach. That's Jerry under the blue umbrella at a clothing optional beach in San Diego. So that's where he spends his days. Now, let's show the next picture. This is, Jerry, let me ask you this. You got an award a couple of days ago. Where are you? What was that award for, that special thing you did? Jerry, remember we were talking here a second ago? The one where you went south of the border, and what was that? Oh, you did a thing at an orphanage. Jerry's, that's a good story. Jerry says he goes south of the border to do some stuff at an orphanage, and he won a humanitarian award. This is actually what Jerry does when he's south of the border. He has a little one-man show he performs down there. This picture's on his website, I swear to God, folks. And this is the alter ego that Jerry uses when he's performing Sex and Love. There you go. There's so much wrong with that, I don't know where to start. That's why I never get housekeeping at the Jerry's Hotel. I'm afraid this will show up. Jerry Doubtfire. By the way, Jerry, have you ever been to Jerry's house? Oh, my Lord. You guys are raking in some bucks, evidently, because you ought to see his backyard. It's like something out of a magazine. He's got all kinds, and he's constantly got guys over there working in the yard. Some of them wearing Marriott outfits while they're doing it. But it's unbelievable. He's got steaks on the grill 24/7. It's unbelievable. And then he's got a little boat that he always takes out. Let's show that. There's Jerry's boat. That is the Wind Down. How many people want that job in San Diego? That's Jerry's gig right there. I asked Jerry if he was going to retire, and he said no, that would mean I was working before I had to retire. And then a lot of you guys get some kind of a bonus, maybe a check or whatever. This is, Jerry posted this. This is his last bonus from Marriott. Go ahead, and there it is right there. Fresh Hundies. Making it rain. There's Jerry right there. Have we had any kind of funds missing from the Marriott in San Diego? Anyway, big round of applause for Jerry McHugh. Congratulations, Jerry. And that's a lot of money right there. And by the way, since we talked about Jerry, where is Dean? Where is Dean DeLulo? There he is right there. Let's talk about the IT guy. Are you exhausted, Dean? You were up and down these steps like a madman. I got a question about your title. Tell me what your title is. Regional VP, Information Technology, West. West what? West World? You don't know, do you, Dean? Is this the first time this has come up? He said Cleveland is part of his territory. So is it west of the Rockies, west of the Mississippi? What the hell is it? Is it West Side? You're the IT man in the hood? Well, awesome. And how long have you been with the company, Dean? 18 years. Good for you. You've seen a lot of changes. Yeah. And where do you see yourself in 18 years from now? Jerry's gig? You want that one? Well, that is awesome. Now, and you're the IT man, so you're in charge of all kinds of technology. Do you think that's here to stay? Because I think computers are a fad. I have no idea how it works. It's voodoo to me, man. I got a little problem with technology, and thanks, Dean. I appreciate that. Technologically, I'm challenged. This is all I can do, by the way. Computers have chased me out of the real world. I hate them. I get too many emails. I think we all do. But I get the same two every day. Lower your interest rate. Enlarge your penis. So annoying because my wife's sending me those. Now, what does she know about interest rates? That's all I'm saying. Here's why I hate technology. Well, we can't leave well enough alone. Now everybody's got a smartphone, and you don't even use the phone feature. Right? Everybody calls it a phone, but when was the last time you made a call? Hell, everybody's texting and taking pictures and checking everything. It's unbelievable. This texting's out of control. Round of applause if you text. Where are you? Now, round of applause if you text while you're driving. Wow. Yeah, did you see that? Tom O'Shea started to clap and went, oh, hell, that's not a good move right there. The risk management department will have a talk with Tom. Well, stop doing it. It's dangerous. This actually happened to me about 3 months ago. I was at home back in Arizona, and I'm driving down the road. I'm doing speed. I'm doing 50, maybe 52, maybe like 85. I'm right in that area. I was doing 50, and I look over the car next to me. He's got 4 teenagers, including the driver, all of them texting to each other, as far as I know. Because kids today would actually rather punch in LOL than go, ha, 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 ha. So I'm watching this, and I'm like, oh, my God, that is so dangerous. And I look ahead of them, 2 cars up's a cop. So I'm going to pull up there and get his attention, rat him out, right? I pull up next to the cop. I look over at him. He's texting. And while I'm looking at him, I ran into the car in front of me. That accident was caused by 5 people texting. I'm just old. I'm getting old. I'm cranky. This is the oldest I've ever been. Anybody else? You see the old pictures of people when they started with a company and where they are now? Oh, it just happens, man. I don't feel old. And then I see myself in the mirror. The other night I was getting out of the shower. I saw my reflection in the mirror. I was like, hey, why is there an old man in my bathroom? Could he please put some pants on? That's disgusting. All I'm saying is after 50, gravity is not your friend. That's why so many old people get hurt in the bathroom. They're startled. Grandpa's new hip was because of the mirror. A lot of weird stuff happens, man. I've lost my hair. I see there's other bald guys in the room. That's awesome. Did you hear that? Woo! Had to be a bald guy. Nobody else is that excited about it. Oh, see, it's a shave. That's a guy with a shaved head. Yeah. I like that. I like the young guys. They start to lose their hair, they just shave their head. That's all. That's your hair's way of saying, you can't fire me, I quit. This isn't a big deal. I don't care about hair. Women do. I was doing a show once, I wasn't even talking about hair. This lady hollered out, you've got a receding hairline. Do you hate that? I'm like, wow, a lot of stuff worse than that, folks. I'm thinking advancing hairline, way worse. I just like to look in the mirror every morning, whoa. Oh yeah, this is much better. Perfect. This isn't a big deal. This isn't. This, I got to do something about. I don't even know how the hell this happened. I used to be skinny. In high school, I drank that stuff to make you gain weight. It should say on the label, this could take 30 years to kick in. Some kind of time release formula I wasn't aware of. And this thinnest, most in-shape guy in the room wins the Fitbit. That ain't right. If I had a Fitbit, I'm thinking about getting one just to show my wife that I work out, but I don't work out. So what I would do is I would turn it into a dog collar. Let my dog run its ass off all day. My wife comes home, 14 miles, honey. Got the wheels turning over there. Any other guys trying to lose weight? I've actually lost 30 pounds in the last 6 months. Well, thanks. I only mention that because nobody ever talks about the positive side of meth. I'm kidding. I can't cook anything. Any other guys trying to drop a couple of pounds? Lose some weight? Really? Room full of male models? Don't make me point you out, boys. I saw one hand go up in the back, then it went right back down. Where was that guy? Oh, there we go. You're a good man. Are you trying to drop some weight? Trying to lose some weight? Every day. What are you doing to do that? You walk a lot. Like, Define a lot. More than yesterday. What about tomorrow? Well, eventually you're going to be just a slim guy. Do you know how much you weigh? Starting to see a problem here. Don't tell me a number, just a yes or a no. Do you know how much you weigh? Yeah, good for you. I have no idea. I weigh somewhere between 197 and 252. Somewhere right in that general area. I put on a pair of pants that are tight. I go, oh, geez, those are tight. Better put on my fat pants. If those are tight, I got fatter pants. And fatter pants. And eventually, I'm comfortable. My wife's out of control. In our bathroom, she's got scales, charts, graphs, like a Ouija board in the corner. One night I heard her say, oh my God, I've gained 7 ounces. Well, pee. It's my workout tip, girls. Pee more. Feel the burn. It's just a term I saw on TV. I don't even know what that means. Here's how I know I got to lose weight. About 6 months ago, I had to fly Phoenix to Boston. And I bought the ticket the day before the flight, so I was stuck in a middle seat. Anybody been in the middle? Did anybody fly here in a middle seat? It's not even right what they're doing to us. I pre-board, and I'm back toward the back, and I'm in this middle seat. My arms are pinned to my side. I can't even move them. Thank God they're not going to bring me food. I wouldn't be able to eat it. You know. Have to feed me from the aisle like a sea otter. So pathetic. So I'm wedged in this seat, you know, and next to the window I got a young lady about 120 pounds than me, than an empty seat, but it's not going to stay empty. The plane's oversold. So now I have to watch people board the plane and play that, oh God, I hope it's not that guy game. Don't act like you don't play that game. We all play that game. People are boarding. I'm like, oh, she'd be great. That guy'd be all right. Oh God, not that guy. Guy gets on the plane. I'm not very good at guessing weights, but I'm going to say he was about 1 billion. Ish. He starts walking down the aisle. The closer he gets, I'm going to panic. Oh. Look at the size of this seat, the size of his ass. I'm not proud of this, but at one point I actually pulled out that air sick bag to scare him past me. I'm thinking, this is it. This will be the longest flight ever. He gets right there, takes one more look at his ticket, and he walks on past. It might be the happiest I've ever been. I looked at the girl next to me. I said, man, I was hoping I wouldn't have to sit next to a big fat guy. And she goes, yeah, me too. I like junk food, which isn't good because when I die, I'm going to be cremated, and I'd hate to start a grease fire. I think we had to get fat, not care. Anybody here from Chicago? Oh, my favorite athlete of all time was a big fat guy from Chicago. You know who I'm talking about? The Fridge. See, you know, God bless that guy. I love him. He's eating something right now, I bet. Did you see what he weighed the last year when he tried to play for the Bears? 370. You know how big that is? 360 is a full circle. Then he showed up fat, and the Bears were mad at him. Well, the Fridge is fat. Yeah, what were the odds of that, really? Come on. He's named after a large kitchen appliance. Probably going to be a little chunky. They should have just beefed him up, made him a goalie in hockey. Think about it. Get him really fat, just wedge him in the net. Nothing's getting by this guy. Tell him the pucks are Dove bars. Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing now. I'm going around the country having a blast. I'm doing a show I've written called The Spouse Whisperer. Because you know what? I know a lot about relationships. I've had 5 successful marriages. Kidding, I'm on my second and last. I do have an ex-wife. I hate that term. I think that's old-fashioned. I prefer to think of her as my mulligan. Anybody here been married 5 times or more? See, you're normal. I was in L.A. a couple of weeks ago, and after the show, this lady came up and said, I've been married, divorced 7 times. I said, really? She goes, I know. I keep meeting losers. I said, no, that would be you. She She needed to know, and I was right there and willing to help her. She said something weird, and I know that there's not as many women in here as there are men, but ladies, she said something I've heard other women say. She said, all my ex-husbands tell me I'm a high maintenance. Ladies, ever been called high maintenance? We don't care if you are, as long as you're also high performance. It's like an automobile. If you have a Ferrari, you expect to have some maintenance issues. But if you've got a Geo Metro on blocks in the driveway, that is soon to be on eBay. Anybody been married? Now, we've got people that have been with a company 40 years. Anybody been married 50 years? Is that even possible in this room? No, let's back it down. 40 years. Yeah, there you go. Good for you. How many years, Mr. Moran? 41 years. God bless you. What do you think the key is? Yeah, round of applause for Dennis. That's awesome. What do you think the key is? Patience. Is that your wife's name? Patience. Well, good for you. That's on. I was doing a show on a cruise ship a couple of months ago, and I said, who's been married the longest? There were some 50 years. I thought we were done. And this gentleman raised his hand. He said, I think we're going to win. And he was with his wife. And I said, how long have you been married? True story. He said, 71 years. And everybody clapped. And when they finished, I said, what's the key to staying married 71 years? And they looked at me and said, just don't die. Holy crap. I think he's right. Can't wrap my head around 71 years, can you? Or 50? But the furthest I can project out is like 30 years, because I got a 30-year mortgage, which is kind of like a 30-year marriage, you know. Most of the interest is in the early years. Before you know it, you're upside down, you got a short sale. Fix it up and flip them. Hey, Dennis, after 41 years, do you and the missus, you and Patience, do you guys argue? Occasionally? I never argue. My wife and I never argue. My ex-wife and I didn't really argue. She was just a fault finder. You know those kind of people? No matter what you do or say, they pick at you. They find fault with it. You know, like I'd work on her car or make her something to drink. She'd be like, yeah, somebody cut my brake lines. This margarita tastes like antifreeze. Hold your nose and chug it. Come on. Hey, let's go jumpstart the wood chipper. So now I'm just going to get old. I'll tell you what, there's nothing better. This is the best time ever to get old in this country because of all the medicine, all the weird, and people are trying to cheat the system. I don't know if you've heard about this. I guarantee a guy came up with this. Have you seen the deer antler spray? All right, I promise I'm not making this up. Some guy came up with the idea that if you take a deer, a buck's antlers, and you scrape the velvet off, and they reduce it to some kind of chemical compound, and they spray it on their body, it turns into like a testosterone, almost like a some kind of a magic elixir, like the fountain of youth kind of a thing, and it's dangerous as hell. I got a buddy of mine died from it. He got hit by a Buick crossing the freeway, going after a salt lick during the rutting season. Wow, nothing. Okay. So now they got the Viagra. Gentlemen, raise your hand if you've ever tried the Viagra. Really? Pretty much just me at this point? Jerry? All right, there we go. he went like that. Well, I've tried it for research, and I have found, so you don't have to. I find when I take it causes headaches, nausea, and vomiting. Not me and my wife. Can't even blame her. I saw my own reflection in the mirror. I damn near threw up. Poor thing, I'm chasing around the house wearing nothing but a smile and a Breathe Right strip. Try and get that visual out of your head later on, ma'am. She's wheezing. Oh. It's a stupid drug. The effects can last for 4 hours. Who thinks that's a good idea? I got stuff to do. Chop, chop. To me, taking a Viagra is like starting a game of Monopoly, you know. It seems like a really good idea at the time. 20 minutes later, I'm going, God, when is this going to be over? And I'm out of money. You know, like Monopoly. Here's the deal. Hey, Dennis, 41 years in, what stage do you think you're in with your wife? It's a trick question. Probably good that you didn't answer. My wife and I have been together 24 years. I think we're in phase 4 of our marriage. And let me tell you how I break it down. And you can figure out where you are in yours. I travel a lot doing this, and 24 years ago, I would leave town for 3 weeks, and I'd come home, and she'd pick me up at the airport all dressed up, ready to go out to a fancy dinner, you know, and she'd park and come in and meet me at the gate. Remember that, pre-9/11? You'd go to the gate without a ticket. Nobody cared back then. You could walk down there wearing a beekeeper's outfit, carrying a chainsaw. They're like, well, come on down. What could go wrong? And I'd come walking off the plane. I wonder where she is. And she'd pop out from behind a column. We'd run and hug and kiss. Kind of cute, kind of weird now that I think about it. That's phase 1, and it's magical. Then somehow it eased into phase 2, where she would pick me up at the airport, but she wouldn't park and come in, you know. She'd just pull up to the curb and slow down enough for me to throw my stuff in. And I'd get in and compliment her on her new sweats, and we'd hit the drive-thru at Taco Bell on the way home. And that was fine, too. That was phase 2. And then somehow it was phase 3, where she wouldn't pick me up at the airport. I'd just take a car service home. And come walking in the house, there'd be a handwritten note on the kitchen counter. I love you. I missed you. I'm glad you're home. See you in the morning. And that was great. Now we're in phase 4, where I leave town for 3 weeks, and I come home, and I come walking in the house, dragging my suitcase, and she looks up and says, where are you going? Can't hardly wait for the next phase. You guys are great. Are you ready to keep this thing moving right along? Yes, maybe, of course.